just the week before Christmas. And all through the house, everyone was stirring man and mouse. As tonight we go right here to the Battle of Lakota here on Chatterbox Plus. Good evening to you. I'm Geoff Kim along with the coach Sean Van Winkle. Coach, we are expecting a full house here tonight here in Beckett Ridge. Can't wait for this one.
Absolutely. Battle of Lakotas. This could be the best rival in all of Southwest Ohio. Throw out the records. Although both teams have decent records, they'll both receive a good punch from each other tonight. The players grew up together. The coaches know each other inside and out. And quite frankly, I don't think anybody in here is going to be buying Christmas gifts for each other. We're in for a treat tonight.
Before you get to your keys to this ball game, Lakota West comes in with a record of 3-2, 2-2 in the Greater Miami Conference. It's Lakota East, the Thunderhawks at 4-1. They are 3-1 in the GMC. And without further ado, let's get to your keys to this ball game.
We'll jump right in. We'll start off with the home team tonight, which is the Lakota West Firebirds. Keys to victory for them tonight. And again, this is going to be an exciting game. But number one key to victory for Lakota West, handle the pressure. If you haven't seen Lakota East play this year, they're playing way different. They're pressing all over the place, and they got to handle that pressure. Lakota West is going to play a lot of zones, so number two key is rebounding out of the zones. It's hard to rebound when you're playing a 2-3 zone. There's not necessarily anybody near you. You got to rebound in areas and be disciplined. And here's the third key. This is going to surprise you for Lakota West, Dudukovich. I don't know what else to say except he might be arguably the best player in the GMC, leads the league in scoring. He's amazing. If they win tonight, Dudukovich has got to go off.
Before we head to East, I want to make mention he does also lead. Obviously, he leads the league in scoring, so obviously his team. He leads the team in steals and in every facet of shot attempts and makes, whether it's field goals, three-point baskets, or free throws, he leads in both makes and in attempts for his team.
Yeah, his percentage is good. I mean, you don't want a guy scoring 24 games shooting 30 shots. So his percentage has been really good. We'll jump right into Lakota East. Like I said earlier, they play a little bit different. But in talking to Coach Atkins, the number one thing we talked about was offensive shot selection. They can't settle for quick shots. They need to get the ball reversed 2 or 3 times for high percentage shots. The second thing for Lakota East, in order for them to win, is to keep Lakota West out of transition. The Firebirds like to get up and down as well offensively, and that's when Dudukovich is best in the open court. And the last thing is, Coach Atkins, we talked about it, these guys got to understand this rival. And you need to revert back to your East principles. And Lakota East has had a great basketball program, great program principles, so he wants them to be very disciplined because this is going to go to the fourth quarter. And at the end, it's who's going to be the most disciplined going to win the game.
What do we call it? The East way?
The East way, which is different right now because they're playing a little different. But hard-nosed defense, good shot selection, that hasn't changed.
Before we head to a timeout, the last time out for these two teams, the Thunderhawks rebounded from its only loss of the season to blow out Mason at the Hawks Nest 78-52. East won the battle on the boards 32-15. Charlie Kenrich led the way, a double-double, 14 points and 12 rebounds. The Thunderhawks shot 58% from the floor. Meanwhile, the Firebirds lost for the second time in 3 games, dropping a 63-59 decision to Princeton right here in Beckett Ridge 3 nights ago. West committed 19 turnovers and got outscored in the fourth quarter 23-9. Nathan Dudukovich had a game-high 23 points. We're due for a timeout. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have a little bit of a history lesson and then also get you the starting lineups and the opening tip here in Beckett Ridge on Chatterbox Plus. If you're ready now, let's give you the starting lineups here in this ball game. Let's go with the home team first. Lakota West is 3-2, 2-2 in the GMC. Their head coach is Jim Leon, his 4th year at the helm at West, 38-41. But in 28 years, he's got more than 300 wins to his tally. 4 guards set, 1. Bryson Curry, 5'10", a sophomore. 3 is William Layfield, 6'4", senior. 10 is Jason Lavender, 6'3", a junior. And 13, the star that we're expecting of this ball game, Nathan Dudukovich, 6'3", a junior. Up front, it's 21, Christopher Barber at 6'3", he's a junior. For Lakota East, the Thunderhawks are 4-1, 3-1 in the GMC. Clint Atkins, in his 8th year, is 137-43. They also run 4 guards to start things off. 2 is Jaden Cole, 6'2", a senior. 3 is Nathan Atkins, the coach's son, 6 foot tall, a senior. 23 is Jack Granagi, 6'2", a junior. 24, Kobe Peck, 5'11", a senior. And up front, it's number 11, Charlie Kenrich at 6'3". He's a senior.
Yeah, highlighting some of those starters, Geoff, looking for at Lakota West Firebirds, Bryson Curry, kid didn't play last game, sophomore point guard, 3rd in the GMC in assists, but according to Coach Leon, as he goes, the Firebirds go as far as taking care of the ball. And on the other side, I mean, you talked either last night or yesterday, I don't know when it was, but Charlie Kenrich, man,
yes.
He's leading the league in rebounding, leading the league in shooting percentage. If he has a big game, which he's capable, then this is going to be a good night for Lakota East. But we got some really good players on both sides of the court tonight.
Back to Curry for a second. You mentioned 3rd in the league in assists, nearly 4 a ball game. When he went out missing a game ago, that was a really tough way for West to handle things down the stretch. They had a 9-point lead with 4 minutes left to go against Princeton, but the lack of I don't want to say a legitimate, but an established ball handler really hurt them.
It really did, and at the end, they turned it over a ton. And you can keep that lead when you have your point guard who can control tempo a little bit, and the game just got out of hand because you and I both know Princeton wants to go. We watched them against Fairfield, wrong team to go up and down against, but Princeton likes to go. But not having that good, solid point guard, it really did hurt the Firebirds.
The last time these two teams met, it was at the Hawks Nest on January 15th this year. The Firebirds won 54-50. West shot 55.5% in that ball game from the floor. Nathan Dudukovich led them in scoring with 18 points. Nate Johnson, who has since graduated and moved on to Akron, led all scorers with 20. Now, that win was notable, partner, because it broke an 8-game winning streak in the series for the Thunderhawks. You have to go back to January 8th, 2016, when the Firebirds had won right here, 43-36. So that was a span between wins, in 16 and earlier this year.
Hey, you know why else it was really good? Because the boys from West got to brag all the way to right now.
Absolutely.
A whole year to brag because they're the last ones to win the game.
Partner, how long do you think that was between drinks of water?
A while.
1,834 days.
Oh, wow. That's again, bragging rights. They had them all year last year, from last year to this point. But even talking to Coach Leon, this is such a huge rival. They both have great respect for each other. Coach Leon says, look, I'm not real excited about this game, but I know the kids are. He goes, for me, every game's a big game. But yeah, this is huge. This is bragging rights on a very large community.
Now, the last time East won in this series, it was on February 14th, 2020. The Thunderhawks won here in Westchester, 64-57. Nate Johnson had 28 for East. Julian Mackey, one of our favorites, had 25 for West.
Yeah, they lost 40 points from last year, the Firebirds. I mean, that's a lot of points to make up. And Coach Leon's trying to figure out the right team. He's only playing 7, but he'll get it right here for the Firebirds tonight, as they're a very young team. Very young team.
And we're about ready for the nation's anthem, so we'll step aside and we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip when we come back on Chatterbox Plus. We're just mere moments away from the start of this one here in Beckett Ridge. Along with the coach, Sean Van Winkle, I'm Geoff Kim. Producing us tonight is Reed Mouse, the mighty one. Our videographer is Ian Callmeyer, and our junior producer for the first time tonight, Mia Van Winkle.
Oh, yeah, she's excited. She woke up this morning and said, Daddy, I really want to go to that game. I want to see a rival. I said, baby, this is one of the best rivals in the game. This up there with Bluffton and Earlham, Baden and Ross, Moeller, St. X. This is a huge game.
We just saw East get introduced, as we had mentioned before. Coles, Atkins, Kenrich, Granagi, and Peck are the starting 5 tonight for East. Curry, Layfield, Lavender, Dudukovich, and Barber will be the starting 5 tonight for West. One more history lesson here before we get to the game. In recent years, the series has been dominated by Lakota East. In the last 10 times, the Thunderhawks have outscored the Firebirds by an average of 14 points a game. 57.5 to 43.5. Now, during East's 8-game winning streak in the series, the margin was even more pronounced. The Hawks won by an average of 17 a game, 60 to 43. The Hawks, when it comes to location, 4-1 here in Beckett Ridge, 4-1 at the Hawks nest.
Absolutely, and everybody knows their record against East and West. Mia asked me on the way, Daddy, what was your record when you guys coached? I said, baby, we were 1-5 and lost 4. Not great, but it's a winning record. But you know, everybody knows what they did. Even 5 years out of high school, 10 years out of high school, they'll know what the game was. They'll know the score. They'll know the win. And this is such a big game for both these districts, and for this community as a whole.
You see the West team in the huddle, trying to overcome the lead that they blew 3 nights ago right here in the gym. Again, they were outscored in the final period 23-9, so a lot of things went wrong for them down the stretch, but they had a really good game otherwise against Princeton.
Ran out of gas, and I'm anxious to see with the way East plays with this tempo if the Firebirds will have gas at the end of the tank. In this game, Geoff, they will have gas all the way to the end.
It's Coles and Christopher Barber for West. Actually, beg your pardon, it's Jason Lavender to jump center. Tap is controlled by East, and away we go here in Beckett Ridge.
And this is interesting because they open up a man-to-man, Geoff, and Lakota West has been playing a 2-3 zone most of the year.
Here's a drive, 2-0.
That was a great pass.
3 on the opposite side for Barber. He can't get it to drop.
Yeah, that's just like a turnover, these quick shots.
A long 3 for Kranagi, too hard off the back iron. So 1 and done this time down. It's a 2-0 lead just underway here in Beckett Ridge.
A lot of jitters early in the game. Both teams will settle down and settle into what they do.
Double screen set up high for Bryson Curry, who sat out the last game. Here's a drive, the give back to Curry, and he ties it up.
Great pass. East running it up the floor.
Here's a takeaway. Layfield on the dribble, has it knocked away from him by Nathan Adkins. 3 from the corner, too long. And it's an East possession, just a minute gone by here in this one.
Adkins with great transition D with Kranagi with another 3.
And he knocks it down, 5-2.
Boy, Kranagi come out firing tonight against the West Firebirds.
He's got the first 5 points of the ball game.
The East is trapping in the half court and the full court.
Nothing doing for Lavender. He puts it back and he gets 2 of his own.
You got to attack the basket when you're trapping, get the ball to the middle of the floor and pass towards the basket.
Kranagi has been active. He plays back to the coach's son, Nathan Adkins. And now Jaden Coles gets a touch.
They run 4 out, 1 in here with
another 3 for Kranagi. Boy, the young man is hot.
He is hot. Didn't start the last game. Coach didn't think he was practicing quite hard enough. And boy, he must have had a great week because he come out on fire.
Foot apparently on the line. They call it a 2, 7-4. 2 minutes gone by. Full house here in Beckett Ridge tonight. Nothing like it.
It is. This is high school basketball at its best. They're pressuring all over the place here.
It's Layfield. Out to Lavender. Jason has upped his game this year a little bit. About 9 points a ball game.
Yep.
Back outside. 3 off the mark. Adkins collects. 3-point lead in the ball.
Curry did a good job in transition, finding Kranagi that time, not to let him have an easy bucket as they go into the big fella.
And he cannot answer, and it's out of bounds. We head the other way. No good for Charlie Kenrich. Young man just signed a national letter of intent to go to Purdue.
Absolutely. Big boy, about 230 pounds is what Coach said. He's a load, an absolute load.
And he is spry for a guy that size. I mean, we're talking about light on his feet, as evidenced by the fact that he played running back and linebacker for the football team.
Absolutely. And for East, Mitchell, number 14, on the ball right now. Transfer from Fairfield. Very athletic, very good guard, Anxious to see him play here in this big rival game.
And a turnover. It belongs to East. They'll take it side out of bounds just to the bottom of your screen. Carnegie will trigger. Also into the ball game is Trey Perry.
Freshman.
Good-looking young kid. Carnegie out to Perry. A corner three off the mark. It rolls around the rim and out, and the rebound to Jason Lavender.
Absolutely. Coach Atkins couldn't say enough about Trey Perry, which we'll talk about throughout the game.
Drive for Lavender to the rack.
Miscommunication there. Straight line drive as they run it up the court quick, Geoff.
Three for Carnegie. Off the front lip this time. One and done. Bryson Curry the rebound. Long outlet for Dudukovich. And he throws it down.
Get your track shoes on tonight, folks. We're getting up and down the court as Dudukovich throws one down.
First lead of the ball game for Lakota West. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. What a fast-paced game as East settles in and runs their motion. Couple reversals.
Back outside, up top. Jaden calls top of the key, averaging about 12 and a half a ball game. Back to Peck. Drives baseline, around Curry and scores two of his own.
Bad weak side defense by West there. You got to get in the help side, rotate out, outside the lane, try to take a charge. But what a great drive.
Second lead change as we come up on the halfway mark of this first quarter, 9-8.
Kobe Peck just looks different. I mean, he looks stronger than he did last year.
Oh, nice feed inside. Curry to the rack.
What a take. They better get back in transition. He wide open again.
Three for Carnegie, this time off the back iron. Off the hands of Jaden Coles and taken away from him.
They got to find Carnegie in transition.
Three lead changes just as fast as you and I can blink.
Absolutely.
Lavender plays back. Layfield has the ball up high on the right. Now into the paint, to the rack, and he was fouled on the way up by Carnegie.
West did a great job of spacing out the court there, allowing driving lanes. And that's what happens when you do that. I mean, you got everybody spaced out, look, nobody inside to help. And what a great drive there by Layfield, who like you said, I mean, he's changed his game a little bit. All these guys have changed their game. But, boy, one of his strengths is getting the ball to the basket, Geoff.
Layfield's a 41% shooter at the line. He gets the first.
Absolutely.
His first point of the night, averaging about 11 and a half a ball game. He's a complimentary piece to Dudukovich, who I think is everybody's number one in the league this year.
He's unreal. And, Geoff, you're going to have a hard time tonight keeping up with these subs as Coach Atkins is playing 10 tonight. So they're coming in and out, and we'll do the best we can, but they're bringing them in and out on almost every dead ball.
And he makes them both. West is a team that shoots 63.5% at the stripe this year. It's 12-9. The home team has a 3-point advantage. It's Coles, and he is rejected out of bounds.
Again, Lakota West playing man-to-man defense. Coach kind of snowed me a little bit, saying he was worried about his 2-3 zone, and they played all man here to start the game. That's all right. It's like Bill Belichick. What do you got to do? We got to play better now.
We saw Daniel Malumba, who wears 15, into the ball game. And they play back up. Coles on the dribble drive. Now pops 15 feet away.
That was a design clear out for Coles to be able to work that right side of the court, get it to the rack or pull up mid-range. What a great pull-up.
His first field goal of the night, team leader in scoring, 12 and a half a ball game. 1-point contest. Drive to Dudukovich. Rolls around the rim, about to put back for two.
Goes off 2 feet, bounces off 2 feet for the offensive rebound. What a great pass ahead for East.
Skip pass is intercepted, and now tapped out of bounds, and we head the other way. So a little bit of a greased pig in the air this time on down the floor.
As Atkins is coming back in for East.
And then we see also at the scorer's table, Bryson Curry waiting to check back in for the young men of Jim Leon.
Yeah, absolutely. He's checking in for Isaiah Tyson. Isaiah doesn't get a ton of minutes, but he does spell Curry at the point guard position.
I believe Isaiah got the start in the last game against Princeton.
Yep, with him being hurt. Yep.
Full court trap. Oh,
double
up and down.
Dribble. Travel, yep. I like what Coach Leon's doing. He's burying Dudukovich down there to keep that floor spread. I don't like when everybody brings everybody to the party. It makes it hard. To get the ball up the court, but I really like what he's doing, spreading Dudukovich all the way at the end of the court.
Trey Perry, 5'10 freshman. Got a chance to say hi to his mom, Jillian, before the ball game.
Yeah, Coach Atkins is in love with this kid. He does everything right. He eats right, works out, he's strong.
Here's the jumper off the corner for LeBron Benny Powell.
And he's a great passer as he just got the assist.
So Benny Powell at 6'2", a junior into the ball game, gets his first shot opportunity, and this one out of bounds. We head back the other way, under 2 to play.
That East press is starting to really get to West here at the end of the first quarter, towards the end of the first quarter.
Coach, while we have a substitution, are you surprised how clean the first 6 minutes have been from a fouling standpoint?
It is. It's been really great officiated game, by the way. Kevin and Marvin and some of these guys are really good, but very, very good, very clean. And that's what you want to see. You don't want to see a bad game, as that's a switch there.
Intercepted, and now, as soon as we talked about fouls, we got an infraction here. Talking about Marvin Doyle is a really good one, by the way.
Man, he's one of the best in Southwest Ohio. Love when he was in the game, doing the game when I coached. As Layfield with a great switch down there and switch and steal on that back screen, little UCLA cut. Look at this pressure.
Here's Layfield, to the rack he goes!
He got lucky because he spun and split the two, which you don't see very often as Kendrick runs the floor for the...
Kendrick to the paint he goes, and he scores 2 of his own.
It's a fast-paced game.
Charlie's averaging 9 a ball game, 16-15. Double threat for Charlie. In fact, he's got 2 of them already this year.
Absolutely. Like you said earlier, leads the league in rebounding, field goal percentage.
9 boards a contest. You can't replace that, especially for a guy that size at 6'3".
Yep.
He's got a wide frame. Here's Dudukovich, 15 feet out, no good, and the aforementioned Kenrich, the rebound. Here's Adkins. They want to run. 3 on the way! Kobe Peck walks on from long range.
What a great pass to advance it to Peck. Step 1-2 into his 3.
4th lead change in the ballgame. Dudukovich to the rack, and he ties it up.
Well, they're letting him play. What a great take by Dudukovich there. What I like about him, Jeff, is he's not just settling for the 3, which is what he did a lot of times when he's young. He's really going inside. That strength in the weight room has really helped him. As we only got 25 seconds here, they're probably going to take the last shot, obviously.
Second tie of the ball game. We've gone back and forth in this one so far. 4 lead changes. Here's a drive. Kobe Peck outside, threw it away. 10 seconds to play. Here comes West for what you would imagine is a final shot. Here's Curry. Into the lane he goes. Throws it. And now back outside. 3. Off the mark. Too long for Bryson Curry. And the first 8 minutes have been a thriller so far here in Beckett Ridge. We are tied up at 18 here on Chatterbox Plus. We're through 8 minutes here in Beckett Ridge. We're tied up at 18, along with the coach, Sean Van Winkle. I'm Geoff Kim. Partner, you got some numbers in front of us. It's been impressive through 8 minutes.
One of the most impressive things, and you called it like letting the kids play clean, 0 turnovers. Not one single turnover for either team, which is very, very impressive. And, you know, obviously the pace is hot, and, again, the intensity is unreal. As we're looking right now, Jeff, me and you heard about this.
Yeah, we see Principal Ben Brown for Lakota West and Scott Kaufman, who's the athletic director, present the cross-country team, you know, their state championship.
4x8 team. Yep, 4x8 team. State champs last year. Coleman Crunk is a runner down at Florida State as one of them, and a couple kids run for the Ohio State University as well. And what a neat thing for them to get their rings for winning the Ohio State 4x8 championship. Going back to the stats, again, no turnovers, clean play, decent rebounding. It's six rebounds for East and 5 for West.
Out of the timeout, it's a West possession. Dudukovich has it. Checked out there by Kobe Peck, giving him all he can handle. Nearly got it out of his breadbasket. Drives into the lane, now pops 10 feet away. Boy, that's a beauty.
That's a weight room shot. I mean, he had 2 guys hugging on him. He controlled himself, gathered himself, went right up, beautiful form. That's a weight room shot right there.
Leading scorer in this ball game with 8. They go down to the big man. Kenrich, can do. Charlie scores.
They're playing behind him, which is what I would try at first. But at some point, they may need to front Kenrich with the way he's playing so far early in the season this year.
Lavender thought about 3 instead, puts it on the deck against Kenrich. And now they'll reset. Keep it outside the arc. 45 seconds gone by here in the second. Tied at 20. 20/20 vision here in Beckett Ridge tonight.
They run a little ball screen pop here.
Lavender another touch. Isaiah Tyson back into the ball game. He's at the top of your screen out on the corner. Barber got a touch, back out to Lavender. Lavender on the drive. Around Kenrich. The hook. No good, and Kenrich the rebound.
Great defense. Bodied up, kept his hands up in the air. Didn't reach as Peck is putting pressure on Lakota West defense right off the bat here.
Granagi outside. They play down low, off the hands of Coles, and saved by West.
Yep, they raked in and got a hand in. They stayed behind in the post, but the help side guy came in, raked in, and got a tip for the Firebirds.
Still tied at 20. As the ball's thrown away, intended for Dudukovich. Tyson thought he had room on the outside wing. It didn't happen, and we go the other way.
One of the best defenders in the league is Atkins. He fronted Dudukovich. He made it tough. Bad angle. There's one of the turnovers. Didn't have any in the first quarter for either team, but we just had one on that entry pass.
Coach's son certainly knows how to play defense.
He does so many things that people just don't see.
Coles to the rack. He can't get it to drop. Lavender the rebound. West trying to take the lead again. Layfield pops 18 feet away.
That's a tough shot. A transition 18-footer. I wish Coach Leon probably wishes it was a 3, but he 1-2 stepped right into it.
Another lead change. A 5th lead change tonight. Granagi driving. The runner. No good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, going to the line where he's almost automatic.
So he and Wes Dudukovich hovered right around 90% shooting at the stripe a year ago.
Yep. And right now, Krenagi's what?
He's 4 for 4 at the line.
Early in the year. My Ross math tells me that's 100%, Jeff. As he missed one. We jinxed him.
The announcer's jinx. Never fails.
As Mitchell comes back in for Lakota East. Again, I was talking about him. He's lived in Lakota his whole life, but went to Fairfield. His dad was the girls' coach over there, and then he retired, and now Mitchell's back at East. Fits in well, Coach says, as they get to turn up the heat on a made free throw.
The junior gets his 8th point of the night, 28-21. Long skip pass goes to Lavender. Down low, Barber can't get it to drop. Atkins the rebound. In transition, he goes to Kranaki and he'll wait. Atkins a straight on 3, front lipping out.
Yeah, a lot of wide open transition threes, and I think a lot of that, Jeff, is because they're used to running back and getting in the zone. Now they're running back and trying to guard man as Mitchell with a nice slip.
Oh, nice no look too, and Julian Mitchell scores.
With the assist by Atkins. Again, talking about all the little things.
Mitchell averaging 4.5 a ball game, 23-22. The lead swings again.
Nice pass.
And one! So as soon as we had a 6th lead change, we now have a 7th. As Christopher Barber will go to the line for an old-fashioned 3.
We got Curry here, getting into the paint, dropping it off to Barber, finishes an and one opportunity. What a great pass by Curry. He's a difference maker for him, Jeff. I mean, when he is in the game, they are way different. And for Lakota West, we got Derek Jackson getting ready to check in.
Barber
for
to the
Firebirds.
Barber to the stripe. He's a 71.5% shooter at the stripe this year. And boy, that took a long time to go down, averaging 8 points a ball game. And he gives his team the lead back at 25-23.
Yeah, Derek Jackson coming in, brings some size for the Firebirds and some strength.
Perry with the ball. Malumba gets a touch, and now back to Perry. The freshman who's been impressive here in the early minutes.
That's a third reversal.
3 from the corner, no good for Kyle Poppy. And we head the other way.
That was a third reversal for East as we got some guys getting a little tangled up here. But those third reversals, Geoff, is going to equal a really high percentage shot.
Fouls on Kobe Peck. They put 12 up on the board. They didn't mean that. It was on Peck. That's his first. 14 fouls now, by the way, on East with 4:25 to go. And again, we see this full court trap.
Curry out of the game, so you know East is coming right at him as Jackson breaks to the middle with a nice pass.
Outside, the 3 too long for Lavender. So both teams have cooled down just a little bit here in the last minute. Nice step around for Mitchell. Now he creates his own shot, 10 feet away.
Love the way that kid plays. I loved watching him when he played JV at Fairfield.
And we got ourselves another tie.
Uh-oh.
Here's Dudukovich, 15 feet away.
Whoa, baby. He's stepping up.
So Dudukovich with 10.
What a move by Dudukovich here. Holy cow. Watch the strength in the middle of the court. Little crossover, and then a little pull-up mid-range. So he's got a mid-range jumper tonight, a few posts up, and a wide-open 3. The guy, I asked Coach, who's recruiting him? He said Furman's on him really hard. Lehigh, listen to this one. He practiced with West Virginia over the summer. And he said, Coach, Huggins likes him. He's a Huggins kid, man. He's a tough kid. Who knows, only being a junior.
And he's got great lineage from a basketball standpoint. Meanwhile, he's a drive for Kranagi. Can't get it to drop. He'll get it back out on the corner. Now pop 3. Right side, he left it short. Here's the long run out, intercepted. Coles, top of the key. 3 on the way for Perry, too long.
Look who's down there getting it.
The rebound, put back for the big man, can do Charlie.
Yeah.
And we are tied at 27, and we got a stoppage to play, a timeout with 3:14 left to go. We'll hold things right here on Chatterbox Plus. Partner, I'm trying to catch my breath.
Yeah,
I mean, it's unreal.
It's been fun. Hey, a couple things to note on the east side. Kranagi hit the first 3, hasn't really hit much since. I think he's only got, one for the game? 1 made 3. He's getting some open looks. If he keeps getting them, he's going to make them. And then Kenrich is killing Lakota West inside, and that's why Coach Leon took that timeout. He's frustrated because he's down there out working them. And on the other side for Lakota West, Dudukovich had to step up, and boy, has he stepped up so far in the first half.
So if you're Jim Leon in the huddle and trying to figure out what to do about Kenrich, do you double him down on the post?
I try to front him. Easier said than done. It's hard to. It'd be like trying to get in front of a mule. It'd be hard to do. But you got to get him. You can't come down in transition defense, Geoff, and get even with him, because when the pass gets to the wing, you have no chance of getting around. You got to come down and stay on the high side of him, so that way when the ball goes to the wing, you can rotate over to the front. I personally think you front him and just prevent him from getting the ball. The bad thing about fronting him, though, real quick, is he can then offensive rebound. So, you're almost dang if you do, dang if you don't, but you got to do something different because he's really having a good first half.
So how tight have we been through the first 13 minutes? Think about this. We've got 7 lead changes, 4 ties. No team is led by more than 3.
Yeah, and you knew this was going to happen. Throw the records out, although both were good. We talked preseason or pregame.
They break the trap.
Got to get somebody.
Barber.
Yeah. They got to get somebody in the middle of the court, Geoff. When they break that trap, they got to get somebody at that foul line area flashing in order to really make them pay for trapping at half court.
That's the first on Adkins. And 5 team fouls now against Lakota East. So another foul to give before we have the bonus. And the throw-in goes to Layfield. Off the high screen from Dudukovich. He won't run. He'll stay top of the key. Layfield penetrates. He fires high off the window. No good over Adkins. Kenrich the rebound. Another rebound for Charlie.
Gets rid of it before he falls down for the turnover. Great awareness.
Calls off the high screen. Pops 15 feet away. Front lipping out. And the rebound to Derek Jackson for West. 2:40 to play here in this first half. Tied at 27. Three for Dudukovich. He was fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the line for three.
And he was fouled. And the one thing you don't want to do is foul a three-point shooter. That's something as a coach, you always try to get your guys to contest the shot, but don't foul three-point shooter. And the other thing you don't do, Jeff, you sure in the heck don't foul number 13 for the Firebirds. And as we got time here to settle in, looks like for Lakota East they're going to have a sub after the second one. LeBron Powell, he's a junior, number 1 coming in for Lakota East.
Dudukovich hits on the first. He misfires on the second. Averaging 25 points a ball game. He comes into this ball game averaging just about 69% at the stripe. That's a far cry from the 90 he had for most of the year last year. Yep. And he finished the season at about 87.5%.
And he'll get where he needs to be.
Off the front lip, no good. 1 for 3.
I would have lost a lot of money on that.
Atkins has the ball and now gives it up. They play it around the arc. 3 off the catch, on the way. No good for Kobe Peck.
Barber with another big rebound.
Here's Layfield. I think he traveled. He did.
Yeah. Good call.
We want to get back to Dudukovich for a second. We were talking about his basketball skills. They're inherited, obviously, from both a nature and nurture standpoint. His dad, Dan, and his mom, Debbie, were superstars over at Butler University.
Butler University, absolutely. And, his sister plays at Ohio State. He's got a younger brother that plays basketball as well. Just a great family. As they front, right there. See that, Jeff? They fronted.
Dudukovich ahead of the pack. To the rim, he goes! And 1!
Great finish.
So fouled on the way up unnecessarily. He'll go back to the line.
Great finish. Again, they fronted, just like I talked about. Got the turnover, and then Dudukovich, really explosive. You notice how his eyes stayed on the backboard. He looked back for a second, but a lot of times guys will look back, Jeff, and then they'll blow the layup. He looked for just a second, kept his eyes concentrated up. Now three-point play the old-fashioned way, and he's missed 3 in a row.
Back iron, no good. LeBron Benny Powell the rebound, who's back into this ball game. Kenrich, mid-post. They do double, and this time this one doesn't go down, but East will retain possession. 1:40 to go here in this quick-moving first half. Runner for Peck, off the mark, and they go with Dudukovich up front, over Atkins, and he scores again.
Great body control as East is running it up real quick. Don't celebrate too long, folks.
Shot, no good, and a foul coming. Trey Perry to the line.
You couldn't have had a better defender in transition than Atkins, making Dudukovich make a really good move, but goes off 2 feet. Great body control as we got the freshman up to the line right now, who Coach Atkins absolutely loves him, Jeff.
2 shots coming. Barber the foul. Only 3 team fouls on West, and the first one is through for Trey Perry, who is, well, he's just made his first free throw of the year. 0 for 1 coming in.
Coach says he doesn't have a bad day in practice. A lot of times I wonder how freshmen can be, and boy, he's in love with this kid. Just says never has a bad day as Kenrich gets a nice deserved break for Lakota East as he just went out, and Julian Mitchell coming back in for the freshman. That's a good time to sub if you're a pressing team, is on that second made free throw to stop the action.
Full court pressure. They'll stay man pressure now.
They'll run at him here.
You think they'll?
Right now, here they go. Oh, good pass.
Inside and a jump ball. I think a jump ball or a foul.
No, they got a foul.
So it looked like the ball handler was jumped up initially, Lavender, but he was fouled, and he'll go to the line. That's now 18 fouls against East.
1-1. Been very impressed with Lavender attacking the rim early in this first half, or in the first half.
Well, he didn't get a lot of looks last year offensively because you also had Dudukovich on the floor and Kelvin Turner, am I thinking, right?
Kelvin Turner, yeah. Fire nice, baby, fire nice.
No good on the front end of one of the bonus. Atkins clears it out for East. His team down by 3 with 70 seconds left to go. A fun one tonight so far.
It is, and this is where East is back where they're good. They run this motion. It's 5 out. It's reading and reacting, given what the defense gives you. Are they going to take the last shot? According to our esteemed colleague here, Mr. Mouse, he said,
no
East
way.
took the last shot.
No way, as Nathan Adkins gets his first field goal of the night and a steal. Here's a straight on three, too strong. One and done here for Jayden Coles. Tapped out, and it belongs to West with 37.9 to go.
Lakota East against Mason at the end of the first, into the second, into the third. Minutes ago, they held the ball and took the last shot. This is a little different. They're down, so maybe that's why they didn't do that.
By the way, we saw Jim Leon for just a second. If he was any more on the floor, he would have had to check in at the scorer's table.
He's got this game gives you a little bit different energy as Dudukovich with a guy in his face. Atkins might have got his elbow.
Yeah, way off the mark. Little contact with the ball. Atkins, nice spin around on the catch. Granagi passes up three. Now three from the corner. Too long for Jayden Coles. They're a little cold from long range.
Travel.
And traveling.
Granagi caused that. 9 seconds here. Looks like they're going to give it to him underneath, which I don't know the rule. I'm not a referee, but I think if it's close to the foul line, they'll give it on the baseline.
Right, right.
As they got 9 seconds here.
So baseline out of bounds for Kobe Peck, who'll trigger. Into Jayden Coles. He puts it up, no good. Lavender the rebound. We'll see if they can get a shot off with Layfield. He'll throw it up front. Three on the way too long for Christopher Barber. And that's the way this first half ends. An amazing 16 minutes here in Beckett Ridge tonight. And it is West leading East here through 16, 32-31. We'll come back with the second half when we return on Chatterbox Plus. Along with Coach Sean Van Winkle, I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks to our man, the producer tonight, the mighty one, Reed Mouse. Ian Callameyer's is our videographer, and running stats for us tonight, Mia Van Winkle, who's making a play for your position. By the way, I was talking with her at the half. We were breaking down a little bit of the first half, and I said, wow, she takes after her old man.
Well, she hears me talk about it an awful lot. It's such just a joy to have her here at the games, to see this great rival. And hats off to Scott Kaufman, Lakota West Athletic Director, the Cincinnati Dragons national champion wheelchair high school basketball team. Been out on the court. Hit a couple things real quick, if you don't mind. Key stats for the first half. East out-rebounded West 18-13. Big time. Looking at keys to victory. West said, we got to handle their pressure. I think they've handled the pressure well. They got out-rebounded, but Dudukovich is stepping up big is one of the keys. He had 15 first half points. And for East, they're shooting 40%. That's 10 percentage points lower than their normal, right at 50. But they kept West out of transition, I think, for the most point. So the keys to the game are going back and forth. Again, that's probably why the game is at 32-31 here in the first half.
It bears mentioning that West is on track to reach their scoring average, right around 65 points a ball game. East, however, has been scoring at a clip at 73 a ball game. They're well under that pace. So if you're Clint Atkins here at halftime, how do you juice up the offense?
Well, Coach had some good shots. I mean, like I said, they shot 40%, but it wasn't because they were shooting bad ones. They were shooting really good shots, and they just weren't going down. Again, I think the intensity of this rival gets the jitters going, but both teams settled in, and I imagine Lakota East will shoot a much better percentage than 40% from the field here in the second half. But talking about the other thing, we talked about Kenrich a lot in the first half, and again, he's got 6 total rebounds. But the thing is 2 of them were offensive, and it looked like he put them back. It was putbacks. So those are like double daggers, an offensive rebound and a putback.
Yeah, Charlie's got 6 so far as points and rebounds are concerned. And again, we talked about him being a double-double threat. He had as many as 20 against Massillon Jackson to open the season. Yep. He can go and attack the ball, attack the rim, and go get the ball.
Absolutely. He's the key to them. Granagi hit that first 3, Geoff, and then he missed his next 3 threes. Look for him to settle in and hopefully get some shots, as well as on the video right now you see Brody in the wheelchair that was backing in right next to Coach Leon. Brody's a student assistant. He's been with the Firebirds for 3 years. he's kind of the heart of the football team and basketball team.
Absolutely.
As a student assistant. His name Brody Jr. here at Lakota West. Really nice seeing him on the bench for the Firebirds.
By the way, we just had signing day, and before we get to the second half action, we mentioned Charlie Kenridge, who's going to Purdue for football. Some notable football signings here in the last couple of days for Lakota West. Jair Brown and Tegra Shabola going to Ohio State, Alex Safari going to Kentucky, and Lathan McComas, who played right tackle on that football team, he's going to Wofford. And we're back underway here in half number 2 as Carnegie gets the ball. Plays to Kenrich outside the arc. Now skips it back for Carnegie. It's Jaden Coles, and he drived into the lane and drew the contact.
What a great play by Coach Atkins. Ran a high flare for Carnegie to see if he can get a 3. It wasn't there as he passes the ball to Jaden, who goes right at the rim. Great 1-2 option there. And, of course, Coach Atkins coming right out of the half, getting his team right to the line. He's one of the best coaches in all of Cincinnati, one of the greatest program guys in all Southwest Ohio. Love talking to him. And it says a lot about him changing his philosophy because he's got 10 kids that can play.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pressing more. They're running the ball up the court on offense a little bit more as they cause their first turnover.
By the way, on the last couple of free throws, 8th lead change in this ball game, 33-32. Carnegie outside, Kenrich back outside Adkins, into the lane, stuck free throw line.
Cole working the block down there.
Back outside, Peck triggers 3, near wing, he knocks it down!
Cole with a great pass from inside the paint as they couldn't have started any better for Lakota East as they had 5 points and a forced turnover.
Second trifecta tonight for Kobe Peck, averaging 9.5 a ball game, 36-32, a minute gone by. And Dudukovich, boy, that's some serious English.
That's a really hard shot, kind of doing it on his own. You would rather see him come off some down screens or things like that, not one-on-one, but what a hard shot.
Game high 17 here in this ball game, and it's a 2-point contest. Carnegie, nice step around, thought about 3, will drive the lane, draw some contact, no call, and we head the other way. Here's Layfield on a 2-on-2. Into the lane he goes. He lost the handle, and it's taken back by East.
He missed Dudukovich. As soon as he caught it, he should have thrown it ahead.
Coles to the rack he goes!
Got to get to be a quick timeout maybe here. Maybe not. Coach Leon's going to let him play through it.
7-2 run here to start things off in the second half, and it's a 4-point edge for Lakota East.
Layfield missed Dudukovich in transition there. Held on to it a little too long.
Lavender looks inside, dumps off for Barber. Outside, Dudukovich for 3. It skips on the near side and out. 1 and done.
Tough shot, guy right in his face.
Adkins gives. Coles inside, Peck, low left. Underneath, he works the rim and in. And now you got to call a timeout, right?
Here it is. Yep.
Timeout.
What a great job. East, a couple guards posted up down there, catching it under control, and really slowing their body down as we got a 30-second timeout here for Lakota West. What a great job. What a great half. What a great start to the half for Lakota East. And it looks like they're trying to get the ball inside a little bit. Some nice set plays for Lakota East as well.
By the way, it's a 9-2 run to start things off here in the first couple of minutes of the second half. And that's the biggest disparity that we've seen in any time frame so far here in this ball game.
Yeah, it's not surprising because I think this is going to be a game of runs. But right now, what is West going to do to get a shot for Dudukovich? I try to get him down on the block. Try to get him down on the block and not shooting these contested threes. As we'll see what Lakota West has coming out of timeout. What kind of set play does Coach Leon have?
Sideline out to the top of your screen, and the ball goes to Layfield out of the timeout. Checked by Carnegie, and Carnegie guarding a little harder, but this time a little bit of contact as he was making his move.
Yeah, got a little bit of hands.
And a little conversation that we're having.
Yeah, that's always going to happen. It's not a big deal. They'll play. The student sections get a little more excited than the players. As you see Coach Fishman down there in the black, the girls coach. He's been in charge of the student section the entire time he's worked here, and he lets him get away with a little bit before he steps up and tells him to be careful here. As Jason Jackson, one of the assistant principals, is over there as well.
So
we're giving Carnegie the business.
And we're seeing a conversation out of your screen between Carnegie and Clint Adkins, who's trying to calm down the player.
That's his third foul, so it's a good time to get him out. I think it's his third. Is that second foul?
The scoreboard has it a little bit off tonight.
Yeah, there we go, second foul. But it's good to get him out, settle him down as they're running Dudukovich to the block, like I said.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Yeah, they got it. Great call by Coach Leon. Just a simple flex screen to get Dudukovich the ball in the block, just like we talked about.
Diagonal pass to nobody. Intended for Peck. Peck would have had to have been 8 foot tall to go get that one.
That would have been tough to get, as they're still turning up the heat here.
By the way, Dudukovich game high 19 here in this ballgame. He's got plenty to go. Steal.
Just a straight steal.
Peck.
One more. Nope.
Coles for 3. Back iron, no good. Kenrich tapped it, and it's still alive. Kenrich recovers it.
Look at this.
Bull in a China shop, no good. I thought he was going to lean in and allow his own home section, or his own fan section to explode. Instead, we got contact.
Bull in a China shop is an understatement.
Yes.
That dude is a monster down there with these guys, and just great effort. Great effort. Coach Atkins was talking about this press. Again, I've talked a lot about it. The second-level guys are starting to get it. Again, it's the guys who run and jump when they got their back turned, or if there's a trap, who's going to rotate and take the middle. Their second-level guys tonight are making it really tough on West.
Peck out, Trey Perry back into this ball game. Bryson Curry getting his first real touch of the second half.
Boy, Perry's giving him everything he can handle.
It's Lavender off the high screen, picked away!
Look at that play. Look at this.
It's loose, and Kenrich comes up with it.
He kicked
it.
Oh, Marvin, why'd you call that? It's the right call. But
it's the right call.
You got Cole diving on the floor. You got Kenrich getting after it. And the student section is giving Marvin the bit. It was a good call. It was a great call, by the way. But, man, you hate seeing a kid dive and not being able to come up with it, as Kenrich is getting him Kenrich is getting a nice break. And coming in also for the Firebirds is Jackson.
By the way, I'm thinking about the last real big man that Lakota East had. And Alex Mangold, who played for this school a couple of years ago, was on that regional final team that never got to play the regional final against Moeller because of the COVID pandemic. However, we saw his dad, Scott, tonight, and Alex is doing well down in Fort Lauderdale. Drive no good for Curry.
And he was a different player than Kenrich, but both very big.
Off the hands.
Mitchell's going to wish he had that one back. He was shooting it before he got it.
Well, it's like a receiver in football, right? You smell the end zone, and you take your eyes off the ball, and the ball falls out of your hands.
Best thing he can do right now is get a forced turnover, and he's all over the ball, and almost gets the forced turnover. That's what you like to see. You like to see a guy just turned it over himself, but let's get it back on the defensive end, as he almost caused a turnover there.
They work into the man closest to him in William Layfield, who will run the point.
Yeah, it's interesting. They don't trap Layfield because they don't want Curry to get the ball back.
They got the freshman Perry on him, and Perry has been impressive. Down low to Dudukovich, foul.
So what happened, Jeff, on the timeout? Coach Leon calls a timeout, and he says, you know what? We got to get Dudukovich the ball on the block. Flex cut, layup. His next play down, they're posting him up. I love the way Coach Leon is treating Mr. Dudukovich tonight.
So that's 2 on Kobe Peck. 2 team fouls. Dudukovich to the stripe, and he gets the free throw.
Carnegie coming back in. But great adjustment by Coach Leon, who is in his, hold your breath here, 28th year as head coach. As a head coach. Man.
1 of 2.
Surprising.
Carnegie, that's a nice flip back to Peck.
Just look at the pressure they put on the defense. 2-pass layup. 2 passes, layup.
12 for Peck. 5-point lead to the rack and one! William Layfield to the line. He'll go for an old-fashioned three-point try.
He got on his hip and couldn't get off of it. Great control. He's on his hip, and couldn't get off of it as he finishes right at the basket for Layfield in Lakota West.
3 on Kranagi.
Yep. Oh, we had a sub coming in. They missed it.
As Kranagi saddled with 3, and it gives way to Kenrich.
Great control by Layfield in the open court.
And that was a beauty move for William Layfield to the line. He's got 8 points in the book right now, waiting for number 9.
Getting
His team down by 3.
Gets about 11 a game, so he's a little bit ahead of where he is normally, but that was great control.
He got the bonus. 2-point margin. So the initial punch by Lakota East was good. They had a 9-2 run. Back comes West to make it a 2-point contest.
Absolutely.
Peck, oh, nice spin to the hole. No good. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and the impressive thing, too, Jeff, with Lakota East in the second half is they're putting so much pressure on West defense because they're going right at the rim. They're going downhill and right at the rim and putting a lot of pressure on West defense as Peck steps up and misses a shot.
Yeah, the free throw line's not been a comfort for really anybody tonight.
Yeah, it's usually both good for both teams, especially the Dudukovich.
1 of 2.
Again, sub on a made free throw, set that press up. As if you look at West, you can't see on the screen right now, but West has 2 people buried on their end of the offense to try to keep this thing spread out as much as possible.
So Barber checks out, and we see Christian Simmons come in for the first time tonight, 6'2 junior forward, working the baseline, and now looks in for Layfield, and it's tapped away, and he'll still stay up front with 3:29 to go here in this third. Very
soft pass there. You got to zip that thing in. Of course, you know what kind of pass I want him to do.
Bounce
which
pass.
Is a bounce. But you got to zip it, make him go get it.
Dudukovich will trigger. We'll get something a little
just
bit more
like
firm
that,
here.
Just like that.
I think Nathan heard you from up here. Might have you in his ear.
His dad probably told him that since I've been telling Mia since second grade.
Bryson Curry dumps it off. They'll work it around the arc. Layfield has it, top of the key. 3:14 to go in this third. 3-point contest, and a really good one here in Beckett Ridge tonight. It's Curry, a little scooper in the lane.
Yeah, West did a good job of keeping everybody nice and high and spread out, allowed those driving lanes. Curry getting the ball right to the rim.
6 for Curry, 1-point affair. Under 3 to play.
They got Jackson that are fighting Kenrich, which might be their best defender in the post for the Firebirds. He's stuck behind right now.
Kenrich is low left. Drive Malumba, back inside for Kenrich, and now he got mugged from behind.
A second level defense from West.
Fouls on Simmons, that's his first. And again, we see that rotation of substitutions as we see the return of Jaden Coles and Nathan Adkins into this Thunderhawk lineup.
They'd like to play a little two-man game on ball side here. Look at this.
Inside. Oh, direct entry for the score as it's 2 more for Cole.
Kenrich with a beautiful screen. Jackson did not switch, which allowed them to get a wide open shot, usually burning the timeout.
With 2:27 left to go here in this third period, 45-42. That's the second timeout here in this third quarter for Lakota West. Well, it's been a little bit of something, a little bit of everything tonight. For West, Dudukovich has been, I don't want to say unstoppable, but he's getting into that realm.
Yeah, they did a good job, Coach Leon, of getting him the ball. He hit that pull up in the middle of the court to start the quarter, and then he shot a contested 3. Then he got down on the block and got some, flex screen actions, and then got the little post up. But what a great out of bounds play by Coach Atkins, who West normally doesn't play man, so to see them kind of fumble that defense of possession down there doesn't surprise me. You got to communicate that. All inside screens have got to be switches. when you're protecting the basket. They did not switch. You got a wide open shot.
Meanwhile, for East, Kobe Peck has really kind of emerged here in this third period.
Yeah.
And they did go off on that 9-2 run. And right now, what's been really fun here in Beckett Ridge is to see the Red Sea and the Thunderhawks faithful on opposite sides competing with one another from a jumping fan standpoint.
Absolutely.
Jump around.
But if you're Coach Atkins, you got him right behind you, and Coach Leon being the vet, he got him across from him. He got all the season ticket holders, the quiet people. That's a home court advantage.
Out of the timeout, it's Layfield. His team down by 3 off the high screen from Dudukovich.
What a clear out.
He goes to the rim, nothing doing, and a foul.
Great call out of Coach Leon. Nice little clear out.
Mitchell picks up number 2.
Layfield with a nice drive to the basket. Stepping up.
So Layfield trying to cut into this deficit. He had a and one his last time that he was at the stripe. 9 points in the contest. First one, no good.
Boy, like you said earlier, Jeff, leaving a lot of points out there with these missed free throws.
They're only free if you make them.
Yeah, that is a fact.
1 of 2. I've kind of come to realize that I am filled with trite sayings, and I think you just got your trite saying of the night.
That's
here.
a good one. I'll take it.
Peck. Oh, nice use of the glass.
Said it a few times. They're putting a ton of pressure on the defense, getting it right at the rim. Peck has changed his body, Jeff. Coach Atkins said he just really, really worked hard in that weight room, and him and Cole, you can tell, and Atkins, those guys just look different. They look different. They look way stronger than last year.
On that last sequence, we were looking down the court, and we saw West pack in offensively out towards the back line, and we only saw Simmons down there. He's not Dudukovich.
No.
You can afford to play up a little closer.
Gamble. Yeah, you can gamble a little bit. All depends on who it is. I actually like Dudukovich down there, but Coach Leon's got to put him up there, quite frankly, Jeff, because he wants to get a good passer up there, throwing it in.
Dudukovich will trigger.
Look for the flick from behind.
Lavender. Back outside Simmons, back to Lavender. Fills, dumps it off for Simmons. And his shot is rejected.
Kendricks with the big block.
Mercy.
He doesn't do that a lot, but hey.
At 6'3", you don't expect him to be a shot blocker, but he got up. And now he'll come out.
Give him a quick break.
Kyle Poppy, so one football player replaces another as a wide receiver comes in for a tight end.
That's right. And on defense, it's a little surprising, but these guys are playing so hard. It's keeping them fresh, and that's going to be key at the end of the game because, again, we talked about West against Princeton as Chatterbox had that game. They died out a little bit against Princeton.
Mitchell out, LeBron, Benny Powell in. Benny Powell has the ball handler. Here's Layfield, everything but the bucket, and Atkins wants to run. And now he got stopped. 3-on-3 damage as Layfield picks up the personal.
And Atkins is running the ball up the court for East in transition.
1:20 left to go here in this fun third period.
Where they're really posting their guards up.
Here's the fadeaway for Coles. Nothing doing on that shot. Simmons the rebound.
Now
Here
they'll
comes
run
West.
at him. They'll run at him. There you go. Usually when the Dudukovich they'll run at him and trap him.
Layfield for 3, too long. It caroms out, and it goes to Trey Perry, who wants to run. Now he'll wait. Atkins penetrates. Jump. Into the lane. And one. Beauty. What a beauty. LeBron Benny Powell will go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point
What a great
try.
pass. Watch his pass right over top the defender. Atkins with the dime. What a finish. What a finish.
A no-look pass into the lane on the post entry, and Benny Powell will get a chance to add to his scoring tally with his team up by 6. And I believe this is the biggest margin that East has enjoyed tonight.
Well, I really love watching Atkins play. I said it last year a bunch. He's a coach's son. He does so many good things with a great passes. We're going to get a sub on this made free throw to set up, but he misses. That's an easy call. We just kind of bulldogged him a little bit. Jaden Cole did.
That's Jaden's second. And that's what I'd call an unnecessary foul. 6-point ball game here in this Battle of Lakota tonight here in Beckett Ridge on Chatterbox Plus. Full court pressure. And now they'll break off and allow West to come up unabated, other than Perry guarding the ball handler. Curry has it, breaks the 5-second count. Layfield top of the key. You got to think they got to go back to Dudukovich somehow.
I would try to run him off that flex screen again or post him up, but he's got Atkins on him now. Atkins fronted him, not allowing him to score.
Lavender to the rim, no good, and a foul. It's a charge.
Whoa.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, the referee on the outside had a good view of it, much better view than the baseline official. Kind of went in a little bit out of control. And obviously, this is going to be a last shot for East. There's no way in the world they're going to shoot it quick.
I think if anyone triggers early for the Thunderhawks, you're going to see Clint Atkins lose his head.
Coach Atkins would not like an early shot here. Got a nice spread out here, spacing the floor out.
Playing Benny Powell in the middle. Now they clear out for Atkins. To the rack he goes. He missed the shot. Lavender comes up with the rebound. He wants to run for Dudukovich. Fills the lane to the rim and one! Wow!
What a turn of events. East shot the ball with 6.2 seconds, and Lakota West just rushed it up the floor as we got it here. Great pass ahead, and then what great control by Dudukovich to score the basket.
It's 2 on Atkins with 0.9 seconds left to go here in this third period. Dudukovich completes.
Lavender with a great throw ahead.
Here's a throw up at the buzzer, well short, and we go to a fourth. Mercy, we are having fun tonight here in Beckett Ridge, 49-46, as East has claimed the lead here on Chatterbox Plus. We head to a fourth here in Beckett Ridge tonight, a full house here in Westchester Township, 49-46, along with Sean Van Winkle on Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us here for this one here on Chatterbox Plus, week number 4 here as we play a week before Christmas. Have you been naughty or nice? I have to ask.
I've been nice. I don't coach anymore except these young kids, and so I've been very nice. What a great third quarter is now. We got Dudukovich up to 23 points, and we got Kobe Peck leading Lakota East with 15 points. A little fake here, a little one-on-one. There you go.
Coles, low right, pumps. Oh, a teardrop from 10 feet away.
Coach Atkins really likes putting him down in the block. That was a nice over the top. Sometimes you go for the fake. They didn't, but he still went right at Barber.
Coles expands the lead to 5. Layfield, Barber gives right back. Here's 3 straight on, off the mark for Layfield, and the ball tapped out.
Landed out. That was a bad shot. Coach Leon didn't like that one. Again, shot selection's huge.
Partner, when you're that wide open, you get a little too quick in the shooting motion?
Well, and I think he was a little too deep, too.
Kenrich's back into this ballgame. Pranagi penetrates low right, and he lost it. Dudukovich on a control 2-on-2. Accelerates, throws up the runner. No good. He drew the foul.
He went right at Atkins. He's so good in the open court. So good in the open court. And Atkins did a good job in trying to shield him off, but he's a special player.
3 on Atkins. 7:10 left to go in this game. And Dudukovich looking for points numbers 24 and 25. He won't get the first here in this opportunity. I don't want to say that he's had a case of the yips at the line, but it does appear this season that that's the case.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me he didn't stay after the game and shoot. He'll get here tomorrow morning, shoot a few hundred. You got to see the ball go through. He's a great shooter. It's just a matter of getting right back on track.
24 game high for Nathan Dudukovich, who is no stranger to this kind of scoring output. Averaging 24.5 again. Picked away. Steal. Dudukovich on a 2-on-2. Fills the lane to the rack. He goes and in! Count the bucket and the foul!
So I tell you one thing. Watching and talking to people in the GMC last year, quite frankly, they said Dudukovich was a weak defender. He just picked his pocket, went coast to coast, and scored. That was the down play on Dudukovich's softball. I don't know how good of a defender he is. He heard that. He heard that from many, many people, and he's went to the weight room and got stronger, and defense means a lot more to him this year, and he is really playing a solid, well-rounded game.
Kranagi goes to the bench, saddled with 4. 9 team fouls on Lakota West, and the old-fashioned 3 is good. Dudukovich with 27 tonight. 1 point affair.
Very impressed with Lakota West man-to-man defense all night. It surprises me, Jeff. They haven't played man all year.
Kenrich draws a double.
Look at another steal.
Another steal. Picked away by Dudukovich, but picked back. Here's Adkins. Let's see if they can press the advantage. 3 on the way!
What a dagger.
Jaden Coles answers back.
What a dagger.
Timeout.
Coach,
With 6:24 left to go here in this ball game, back to a 4-point contest.
I think it's a 30-second timeout. That's the Kevin Higgins timeout. Hit a 3, call a timeout. Drives me and Trace Fowler absolutely nuts. But good timeout, momentum switching back and forth here. A lot of Dudukovich.
And partner, I understand the rationale on occasion, right? If you think that you're in danger of the other team going off the court as fast as possible, that's a good reason to take that timeout. Otherwise, why break momentum?
Yeah, and Coach Atkins is, again, pressing all year. So who knows what he's going to do here, but what a great third quarter, now going into the fourth here, early in the fourth. And this is exactly what we're going to see. A little bit lower scoring game than I thought it would be, but a lot of that's because tip your hat to both teams playing great defense.
As we had mentioned, East averaging 73 points a ball game. They're trying to get there, and they're doing it in a big old hurry here in the third and fourth quarters. Out of the timeout, here comes West with Layfield and a little hand check. I mean, really a little hand check by Jaden Coles.
His hands are on him. They've been consistent all night. That's Kevin Larch. Again, Kevin's one of the good. This referee crew is really good.
And Mitchell pulling Coles away from the officiating crew. You don't want to get teed up. We saw enough of that a week ago in Fairfield.
Yeah. You had your arm on him. Kevin's over there talking to him. Veteran guy, love that. Giving the player respect as well. He's down there telling him again. Look.
So Layfield hits on the first. Kyle Poppy back into this ball game for Jaden Coles, as he's getting a tutorial right now from the head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Got them both. 12 points for William Layfield, back to a 2-point contest. Peck got a little space, but he'll wait for the rest of his troops to kind of play back in a position.
Stuck behind.
Slow left. Oh, that's a beauty move into the paint.
You cannot be stuck behind. He is killing West with West staying behind him on defense. He picks his pocket.
Here's Adkins. He'll wait. Stuck outside the arc.
He picked his pocket in the open court.
We've seen a lot of that tonight. Out in space, outside the arc, we've seen a lot of pickpockets.
Especially Atkins.
Dudukovich has shown up in that column here in the last handful of minutes. We got a whistle stopping play.
Layfield just running through the screens.
So contact down on the block, away from the ball.
Yeah, he hit Mitchell running through a screen. When you're chasing somebody, you got to get on their butt and run behind them, and especially on the baseline.
So they call Lavender on that. I don't know where he came in from the help standpoint.
It was Lavender. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. It was Lavender.
But he picks up his third. And that's now 17 fouls, so one in the bonus the rest of the way, and Mitchell to the stripe. Julian averaging 4.5 a ball game. 75% shooter at the stripe, no good on one in the bonus. And those misses on front ends are killers.
It is. I love this matchup down here, Atkins guarding Dudukovich. See, he's getting on his hip, switching there.
Curry can't get away from Peck. Now dumps it off Wayfield to the rim. Everything but the bucket. Here comes Atkins. Here comes the Thunderhawks. Here's Peck to the rim. And he is, whacked. Dudukovich put him down for a standing 10 count.
Well, he hit his head really hard.
We heard the thud up here. He is not getting up yet. He's rolling over to his side.
If you looked, Peck kind of used his left arm to try to push off because it was pretty clean. And as he used that left arm, Dudukovich went right at him. He went for ball, but he went through his body a little bit. Somewhat a clean play. I don't know if we have replay on that one or not. Hopefully he's okay. He did hit his head pretty hard.
Clint Atkins down there went to check on his player. We see Elgin Card, who said hello to us at halftime, coming on over to check on the youngster. Yeah. I tell you that I don't think I saw a hit that hard in football season.
Yeah, it was just an awkward balance thing where he got in the air. He got kind of lost his feet out from under him, landed right on his head almost. As we got time to talk, we got 5 minutes to go. It's a 4-point game.
Partner, it's a two-possession contest, and it stayed this way for so much of it. I think we saw the spread expand to, I think, 5 or 6 for East here back in the third quarter. But since then, Dudukovich has taken over with pickpockets on the defensive end and going to the rack on the other end.
Yep, absolutely. And the key here, too, which people don't really think about this enough, or when this happens, is Coach Atkins is bringing somebody off the bench that can hit these free throws. So a high percentage kid who checked in, who's going to the line. It looked like Jaden Cole was out, so he's going to be able to come in and replace Peck. So for East, you're bringing in someone who's a very good, pretty good free throw shooter. And he's going to get 2 shots, Jaden Cole is.
So that is the hardest foul that I can remember seeing in years without it being a technical or an intentional foul.
I don't think it was dirty.
I don't either.
I think he just went for the ball.
And Dudukovich getting a little tutorial at the bottom of your screen. Talking with one of the officials. First one good.
Yeah, big free throws.
Jaden Cole's at the stripe. He's a 60% shooter coming on in to this ball game. Back end of 2. He got him.
Hits them both. Bringing points right off the bench there for the sub.
6-point contest, 58-52, under 5 to play. Curry has the ball. Mitchell has the assignment on him.
They're switching a lot of actions. They're switching and denying, too, which makes it really tough.
Dudukovich?
He traveled.
So Nathan Atkins gets a little revenge because Dudukovich on a couple occasions down the court has abused him.
He's went right at him, but again, Atkins is their best defender. It's not even close. And I shouldn't say it's not close, but he is a very, very good defender for East.
Curry picks up the ball handler at half court.
They're trying to isolate Cole at the high post again.
See where they position the big man, Kenrich. Low left.
Look at him working Jaden down on the block.
Here's Coles up top. Draws coverage there. Now they work in. Kenrich low left. Puts it up and in.
Old school basketball. Comes to us 2 feet, pump fake, lets him fly by, uses his left hand and scores the bucket. Who had the assist? Atkins.
Charlie has 10, 60-52. This is the biggest lead of the ball game for either team.
Got a little bit longer defender on Dudukovich right now with Mitchell, making him shoot over top. I'm surprised he doesn't try to post him up.
Curry with Coles keeping his distance.
There we go. They're trying to post him up there.
Oh, that's a beauty. No finish, though, and he'll go to the line.
Great pass. What an awareness by Dudukovich. He's got a long 6'5", 6'4" guy. He knows he's not going to be able to shoot a three. Takes him right down into the post and calls for the ball. He's got a great feel for the game, Dudukovich does.
I think that's 4 on Mitchell. And the first one, no good. And again, we had mentioned it's unfair to say that anybody, especially the caliber of Dudukovich, has the yips, but the free throw line just hasn't been his friend this year.
No, he's struggling from the line. It's very shocking because he's a great player, but he's exerting a lot of energy on both ends of the court.
Well, then that's
His
part
legs,
of it, right?
I mean, you never know. You can't take him out.
No good.
Went out of bounds.
So to your point, right, you and I had spoken about this in our pregame chat. When you are the primary shot maker on your team, everybody's looking at you to create. And I think that's part of the reason why we haven't seen him trigger 3 tonight, because he's the one having to create going to the rack.
He is, and he's a tough kid. But a good thing to see here, Jeff, is we got Peck back into the game for East. So obviously that fall was tough, but not tough enough to keep him out of the East-West game, baby. No way.
Glad that he's all right. Dudukovich has it. Drives. Oh, he's up and down with the ball. He got away with it.
Atkins kind of took the ball in his hands.
And now we got to travel.
What great defense by East. Atkins is pointing to James Dews, the assistant for East, who didn't play a second of defense when he was in high school, but he did score about 3,000 points.
It's like you know from firsthand experience. Here's Mitchell.
This is the spread. Right. This is the dagger.
3 for Atkins. He knocks it down, and it's a double-digit lead for the first time tonight.
And there's
timeout.
What a great pass. They spread out the floor. Look at the spacing. Jaden Cole to Atkins. Bam. Big 3 for Lakota East.
3:03 left to go. You called it the dagger, and it sure was a dagger shot for Nathan Atkins, 63-52.
It is, and we got a full timeout. Gives us a little bit to talk about here. Spread out. We talked to Reed Mouse before the game. They did this to Mason at the end of the first, second, and third quarter. They're not going to shoot quick shots right now. Lakota East is not going to shoot quick shots. What does West got to do? You can't get it back in one shot. In other words, don't come down and start jacking up threes. You got time. You have plenty of time. Don't jack up threes. If they do that, this could get out of hand really, really quick, as it's already at 11.
Well, when you got 3 minutes and change left to go in a game and you're down by 11, and this is the biggest margin of the game, right? This has been building here for Lakota East since the start of the second half. They're right now like a slow train rolling, like Charlie Kenrich in the lane.
I love the quote that Coach Atkins said. He says, we're a 6'2" Army. Yes. I said, what's that mean? He goes, we don't have 6'8" guys, but we don't have 5'6" guys either. We're a 6'2" Army, and boy, tonight they are playing great defense, rebounding well, good shot selection, and they are so balanced, Jeff. Who do you guard? Do you guard Cole? Do you guard Kernagi, Atkins, Mitchell, Peck? You got all these guys that can score. They're so balanced.
Curry comes up the floor unabated out of the timeout. Layfield has it now, top of the key. Checked by Peck. And now they switch to Dudukovich and back over for Curry. Barber up top. Lavender, low left. No shot, no passing alley, and now back outside, and they'll reset. Layfield, no good, and a hold on the way up.
Coach Atkins doesn't like that call. I don't know if he got his body or not, but he did not like that call. He kind of anticipated the call. Layfield put a lot of pressure, but to the point we were talking about earlier, Jeff, I do like how West went right at the rim and didn't settle for a three.
Layfield gets yet another free throw. He's got a bunch of them tonight. 7 of them. He's got 13 in the book, trying to make it 14, and does.
Down 9, they're going to spread it out, as looks like Peck is gimping a little bit there.
Adkins, who had the big three. Outside, Kenrich thought about three.
No,
I think that was just a shot fake.
That's a shot fake as he turns it over.
And here comes Curry. Here comes West. Back outside. Dudukovich on the catch release. Three on the way! He's got 30 tonight.
Great pass by Curry, getting in there, going off 2 feet, finding a shooter in transition. He's hurt. He's cramped up. I said he was gimping. And Coach Atkins told him to fall down on the ground because he's hurt. We'll get a sub here.
We'll see Trey
I don't know what
Perry.
happened. It happened at the foul line. Did you see him fall down and he looked like he's blocking out the shooter?
You know, I didn't catch it. I'll be honest with you. I still had eyes on Dudukovich at that time. But to that point, it was like, it's like the magic bullet, right? It's like you don't see it, nobody sees it, and then he goes down. But Peck
He's grabbing his Achilles a little bit. And boy, I hope it's not that. Might just be, hopefully for his sake, it's just maybe a muscle, a cramp.
And that's what we are hoping with 2:03 left to go here in this ball game. Dudukovich on the reset has 30 of the 57 points tonight.
So what is East going to do right now, Jeff? They're going to space it out. They're going to pass. There's a lot of fouls that's happened in the second half here, but, you know, there's still.
Well, if you're playing this half-court set, right, now I'm staring at Charlie Kenrich, low left, right? I want to see when they come out of this timeout where he comes to go get the ball or touch it or set a screen and then go back low left.
Yep. He'll go out to the three-point line here at first, so they'll run their spread, and then they'll do exactly what you said.
Pulls out to Kenrich.
You're not going to get out of his
Side
hand.
pocket right, and now dumps it off, and now, a little up and down.
He didn't establish his feet coming across half court. Again, I'm not a referee, but I do believe that was over and back. I hate trying to call like I'm a ref, but
Sure.
it definitely was an over and back.
We had mentioned Dudukovich has 30 tonight. His season high, 32 against Franklin back on November 26th. So his second 30-point night inside 6 games. Dudukovich has it now. Low left, the runner. Too short this time. Perry the rebound, and he wants to run. And now he is checked.
That's 2 free throws, too.
Mayfield picks up the personal on the blocking call.
I apologize. It's 1-1. 1-1. Great play. Little ball screen, flare screen, ball screen for Dudukovich down there. Wide open shot.
You know, and given how good Dudukovich has been in this ballgame, I mean, 30 points, 30 of the 57 tonight. You don't expect to see a missed layup on that. No good for Perry. 1 and the bonus, nothing doing. Here's Curry, jump step in the lane. Did he travel?
No, called it before the shot. It's still going to be 2, I believe.
So it's on Mitchell, and now he picks up his 4th.
You know, Curry, he's 3rd in the league in assists at 3.8, but that was a great transition. Again, you got to attack the rim when you're down like this. Don't settle for threes. He did a great job of getting to the basket. Looks like they're going to try to get him out on defense, maybe.
And again, free throws will end up being the story of this game, or the misses thereof.
Yeah. And it's a lot of it's mental for these guys.
Wow.
Left a lot of points on the board, off the board because of free throw. Here's the spread. They're going to run at him, run somebody to the middle.
And intercepted. Here's Dudukovich for 3, too long. They'll keep it up front. Layfield for
Short.
3 of his own, too short this time. 3rd a charm, he'll go to the rack, and a blocking call on East. Kenrich on his own backside picks up the personal.
Did a good job using his body to try to prevent the charge. Kind of slid, and Kenrich used his left shoulder there, slid over. Pretty easy call to make.
Well, give credit for Lakota West. They could have been blown out about 3 minutes ago. Instead, they've hung around, and it's still a 2-possession ball game with $1:14 to go.
A lot of fight in both these teams. Little surprised East turned it over there by trying to throw it long and wide when the guy flashed right to the middle. They're going to throw the ball to the middle. He's going to turn around, take no dribbles and pass ahead. That's exactly how you want to break it. As he steps up, hits a free throw.
Well,
Layfield with kind of changing the trajectory a little bit. A lot of missed free throws.
I don't know how many misses he has tonight. I can tell you that he's got 9 points on free throws.
Yep.
Down to a 5-point game, trying to make it 4. No good. The rebound to Perry. He draws the double immediately. Out to Mitchell.
Look at the middle. Look at the middle. There it is.
And Adkins will take it across half court. Outside, Kenrich, the shot fake again, and now we'll see if he sets up low left.
They're not going to shoot. Oh, maybe.
Foul. Mitchell, low right, foul, drew the contact from Barber, and he is grabbing his lower extremity, let's just call it that, and he is in a little bit of discomfort.
Yep. Adkins with the great flash to the middle on the press breaker. Again, that's not a statistic, but that's a huge play. I mean, Adkins does all kinds of little things that are not going to show up in a stat book as Mitchell steps up and knocks down the free throw for East.
Fairfield transfer has started twice this season for Clint Adkins. He hits on the first, and he'll get the second. And free throws at the right time do win close games in another timeout. As Mitchell has 6 in the book, and with 58.8 seconds left to go here in this contest, 65-58, back to a 3-possession contest.
Good timeout by East. Coach Atkins going to settle these guys in and just tell them, guys, we don't have to shoot unless it's a layup. And on the other end right now, if you're Coach Leon, you're telling your guys, look, we got to get it to the basket, but guys, we're down. We may have to shoot some threes here. I always think first, go right at the rim. As Coach Vanderhyde is down there drawing a play up for Coach Leon. Coach Vanderhyde, been with him since he's been here at West, and he's kind of the offensive coordinator a little bit for them, and he's drawing up a play here. It better be for number 13, right, Jeff? Or Coach Vanderhyde will be coaching 7th grade at Ridge next week.
Well, yeah, drop Dudukovich because he's got 30 of your 58 points.
He does, and he's had a great night. But Adkins is going to be on him. He ran out. He's running right at him. And he's going to make it tough on Dudukovich.
So out of the timeout, it'll be Curry to have the ball. He'll come up unabated. Perry will pick him up just short of half court.
1 minute to go. Down 7.
Barber creates. Oh, that's a beauty.
Good call.
And another timeout. Charge to West with 43.6 left to go, 65-60.
30-second timeout. Nope, full timeout.
So Barber did a great job. Not much of a clear out, but just got enough space down that left lane line to get the lefty hoop.
They isolated him a little bit right there at the elbow. High free throw line. Good play out of the timeout. Obviously, they weren't going to let Dudukovich get a clean shot. Again, attacking the basket, only down 5.
Well,
who do you foul right now if you're Lakota West? Because if you look at East, their free throw shooting, they're pretty decent as a team overall. So you almost just got to foul quick. Because as a team, they're shooting pretty good free throw percentage.
67%.
Which is really good in high school, Jeff. I mean, it really is.
And by the way, we were talking about this a little bit before. East averages 73 points a ball game. They're at 65 right now.
Yeah.
They won't get to 73 barring something miraculous and we going to overtime. But at that same point, they've really finished off these last 16 minutes in a hurry. They've done a great job at the hoop.
How much time's left?
Just under a minute, 43 seconds.
Okay.
43 seconds.
I'll bet you $2 they get to 73.
You're on. Okay. You're on.
I'm just giving you money. Yeah, it's only if they foul early. But you're right. It's going to be hard to get to 73.
Well, if we can put that in your young producers.
Yeah, there we go. They got to foul quick. Yeah, they got to foul quick.
And a foul. So Barber was there, and so is too Isaiah Tyson, who's back into this ballgame. And I think he's just coming in for defensive subs at this point. Or he's going to stay in, it looks like.
And you got to think Coach Atkins going straight to his son right away. was what they wanted to do. As he shoots right at, he shoots 50%. No, I'm sorry, 75% for East.
So Nathan had the big three in the corner that really set the place afire as he makes on the first. 6 foot tall senior.
Yep, Coach Atkins going to his son to knock down free throws. He's probably watched him shoot these a few times in his life.
By a few, we're talking probably in the, tens of thousands. 67-60, back to a 7-point spread. Oh, a nice step through Curry. He can't finish. The rebound to East and a foul. Everything but the bucket with 29.8 to go.
Trying to work our secondary producer, trying to get Mia to go down and get us some stats when the game ends.
That's 4 on Lavender, by the way. And to the line is Daniel Malumba, 6'1" senior, averaging about 3.5 a ball game. 57% shooter coming to the stripe. He lets fly on the first and no good. And again, no matter who wins, and it's still a game technically with under half a minute left to go, free throws or the lack thereof will be the story of this one.
It will, and I mean both teams.
1 of 2. No pressure. Here comes Layfield, out to Curry. Curry has a wide open lane. And another timeout with 21.5 left to go. He's got 8 off the bench. Beg your pardon, he started tonight. He's got 8 in the book.
Yeah, Coach Atkins not happy with the defense there, just giving him a straight line drive. Might have been the easiest shot Curry's had.
Oh my goodness!
All night long.
I mean, you could have literally driven a Mack truck through there. That's how wide open that lane became. So we've got a 6-point contest with just scant seconds left to go here in this one. I want to tell you that the return game here in this home and home, barring any cancellations or postponements of games due to COVID-19, this will be on January 21st on 2022. It'll be obviously over at the Hawks Nest, and the return game should be exciting. That should be a sold-out house, too. Partner, as we get out of the timeout here, your candidate for a play of the night, powered by Headline Sportswear.
Play of the night, I think the dagger of the night was Nate Atkins' 3. I mean, it seemed like that just put the game away. And what a deserving play of the night because of all the other things he did throughout the game. Diving on the floor, getting loose balls, guarding Dudukovich, although he has 30. But I just feel like he was the player of the night. He did so much for Lakota East.
And we'll give you our play of the night after the game, powered by Headline Sportswear, and the ball comes in. Atkins is fouled.
They went straight to him again. Coach Atkins goes right to Nate to hit the free throws.
Well, at this pace, I might be owing your daughter me a couple of dollars.
She's fine. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. As Poppy comes out and Kindredge comes back in. This game did not disappoint.
No, it hasn't.
I'm glad Chatterbox we were able to cover this game tonight. Hopefully the people watching it enjoyed it. It was a track meet.
Atkins gets the first one to drop. And apparently from a margin standpoint, this won't be the closest game that Chatterbox has broadcast tonight, from what I understand.
Yeah, there's a big game in the SWAC. The Edgewood Cougars with the preseason Player of the Year, Allen, hitting a 3 to beat the Brave of Talawanda.
Dudukovich to the rack for 32.
No timeouts left.
They play up front for Mitchell. Mitchell will hold it out. And that's the way this one ends tonight. You'd think this was a home game the way Lakota East exploded just to our right, and they go away winners tonight, 70-64.
Bragging rights for a little bit, but definitely bragging rights till the end of 2021, as this is a great way for Lakota East to go into Christmas break, as they're going to travel down to Florida after Christmas and play in a tournament. And Lakota West is going to travel down to Harlan, Kentucky tournament. And that Lakota West, looking ahead just real quick about that tournament, they're playing Memphis Frederick Douglass out of Memphis, obviously. And Coach Leon said they are loaded with talent. So it's not going to get easier for Coach Leon when he goes down to that tournament at all.
And we got some final numbers here. Anything eye-popping? Obviously, Dudukovich had a game-high 32. Ho-hum, another night at the office for Nathan Dudukovich.
Big night, 30 points. And, the thing about him, he got it off only 20 shots, which is huge. You can't get 30 shooting 30, and he didn't. And I was impressed with the Nathan Dudukovich on defense tonight, and also getting to the rim and not just settling for threes. He has really become such a complete player. But if you look at the Lakota East Thunderhawks, and I'm telling you, Geoff, they are about as balanced as you could get. Coles with 15, Kendrick with 10, Mitchell 6, Kernagi 8, 15 for Peck. I mean, they are very, very, very balanced. But my player of the game, I said it earlier, is Nathan Atkins. 4 for 4 from the line, all 4 under a minute and a half to seal the game, but played great defense, moved the ball well, and he had 7 rebounds for a guard, which is amazing. And here's the other thing, 6 assists. 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 9 points.
That's a good all-around game.
That's an amazing game. I mean, amazing game. Coach's son, I'm really happy to see this. The weight room has done the East well in the offseason.
Time for our headline sportswear play of the night. I know we were talking about it here in the final minute of the ball game. You're still staying with your pick?
I'm staying with Nathan Atkins, man. Love the way he plays. Almost a triple-double.
Right.
I mean, the kid had a great game. But the game did not disappoint, Geoff, just like we said. East versus West, it's a battle every night.
Oh, absolutely. And again, the final tonight, 70-64, as Lakota West falls to 3-3. The Thunderhawks of Lakota East, they improved to 5-1. Final thoughts on this one as we head into our Christmas break.
Well, it was a great GMC game. Before we get off, hopefully everybody has a great holiday. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy New Year. Chatterbox is still going to cover some games throughout the holidays, so please follow the Twitter account, and they'll let you know who we're covering. But a happy New Year to everyone and a Merry Christmas.
3 happies.
That's right. We've been through so much over the last couple of years, and to spend some time with your family and everything, and get in the gym. I mean, this gym was packed tonight. We deserve this, and we all deserve a good break as well. So, Geoff, if I don't see you before Christmas, which I may or may not, I wish you the absolute best Christmas as well.
Likewise, partner. Merry Christmas, and thanks for bringing your replacement along with you too tonight.
Mia had fun tonight. She's got her Kentucky shirt on because the Wildcats are playing Carolina tomorrow because Ohio State got scared.
Yeah. You're crushing me.
Right.
Partner, it was fun. Can't wait to do it again after the holidays.
No doubt.
Again, the final tonight, 70-64. The final tonight as East improves to 5-1 and West falls to 3-3. Thanks go out to our crew, our producer tonight, Reed Mouse, and to our videographer tonight, Ian Callowmeyer. For us here in the announcing booth tonight, for the coach, Sean Van Winkle, and his daughter, Mia Van Winkle, who is our great producer tonight, I'm Geoff Kim. Good night and Merry Christmas from Beckett Ridge.